Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back, and today we are going to be working on the Lego jungle. Now the Lego jungle is looking so cool, it's so awesome, and I am loving it. But you may have noticed that for a while now there's been this big sort of empty space over here, and that's because I've been saving that space for something really big and impressive that I want to put there. Now originally the Indiana Jones set was there, but because of like the base of that set, it's been really hard to blend it into the jungle. But today I have here with me another really, a much bigger actually, awesome, lovely looking set that's going to be going there. And today we're going to be building it, placing it, and then what I'll probably do is get some more parts to build some more of these small trees, and maybe I'll put them around it to try and blend it in with the rest of the jungle. So, the Lego set that's going to be going here, and that's hopefully going to look awesome when it's built, is the Lego Lord of the Rings Rivendell set. Now this thing looks awesome, looks really nice as well, like beautiful. Looks like a lovely looking set, and I bet it's going to look so nice in the jungle amongst everything else. And maybe when it's done, we can build some more of the small trees that I have in my jungle and put them around it to try and blend it in a little better. So here we are over at the building table, and as you can see, even when it's in the box, it takes up the whole table. So I'm going to get into it now and build it. So I guess I'll see you when it's all built, and then we can place it in the Lego jungle. So, as you can see, there's a lot of bags. I'm going to have to move them all over onto that table so I can build on here. Got three instruction books, stickers, bunch of stickers, and yeah, and also when it's done, I will show you inside of it and all of the little cool details too, before we place it in the jungle. Okay everyone, and there you go, Rivendell is complete. And before we put it all together and go and place it in the jungle, I thought we could have a look at the 3 individual parts of it. Starting with this one this is the part that you build first, and this was actually my favourite part to build just because you know how in some Lego sets you have to build lots of individual pieces and then put them all together, and you're sort of adding things to other parts, but then it can be a bit flimsy when you do that. Well, with this one you didn't. You just built a very strong base and then you just built up from there, so you just kept adding to the same part, and because of that it's very strong and very sturdy. Okay, so here we have the side of the building, and as you can see it all looks very nice, and down there you have some statues and lots of vegetation, and then this can be used as like a hiding spot for Frodo and the hobbits, so they can hide in there. So here we have the bookshelf. It can actually be removed, so if I move this bench you can simply just slot it in and out, and there you go, there's the bookshelf, and then behind it is another little hiding spot. And then just above that is Bilbo's room. So here's his room. There's all his stuff. He's got a chest in there with his sword and his armour in it. There are quite a few pictures on this set, including this one that's right on the side. And that, my friends, is our first section of Rivendell. So here we have the second section of Rivendell, and this is probably my favourite, as in the best looking, because it's got the gazebo. Under the gazebo is the armoury where all of the weapons are kept. Got some lovely trees, lots of vegetation and plants and all of that. And then we have a river with a little stream that goes under the bridge. Okay, so here we can see into the armoury where all of the weapons are stored. And then just over here there is even a sword that is being made. So as you can see here, there's even some nice little details behind the waterfall. There's a little frog and some nice vegetation. And then as I turn this around, we can see right inside there, we can see all the weapons hung up. And then there's a little workbench there where another sword is being made, and there's a lantern right above it. And here we have the final and biggest section of Rivendell, and this looks amazing. Now, I will admit that as fun as this build was, there were actually some boring parts of it. And one of those, well actually the only one, there was only one boring part of it really, but that was the tiling of the roof, and this took forever. And you know, there's different coloured tiles, you had to get them all perfectly straight, and it wasn't difficult, it was just repetitive, and it got a little bit boring after a while. But I don't really know what to think, because it does look very nice now that it's done. Okay, so one thing that I found pretty interesting about this build as I was building it is that you basically had to mills plate the whole thing, and as you can see it's quite thick, like the foundation or the base, whatever you want to call it. It's very big and it's very thick, but I feel like if that wasn't there wouldn't have been as much building one thing continuously, and it wouldn't have been as repetitive. But I don't really know how unhappy I can be with it, because now that it's done it does look very nice. Also, the building of all those chairs that you can see there was also pretty interesting, because they are built with popsicles, which you can see at the top, and hot dogs, which are used for like the arms of the chairs. And then as you can see we have the ring right in the middle there. Here we have a little table with some snacks on it that the hobbits are going to take on their adventure with them. So this is the back of it, and another thing that I found quite repetitive was the tiling of the floor. It's not just the roof but the floor too, but again I can't be that unhappy with it because it looks so good. And then also under here we have some tables with some drinks and candles on them. We have this statue up here, and then also up here I'll give you a closer look, but there's some pictures. I think the art is very nice on this build. There's lots of lovely little pictures hidden within, and here we can see 2 of them. But with all that said, here is Rivendell all built and placed in the Lego jungle. But we're not done just yet, because there's still actually 2 things we need to do. First of all, we need to place all of the minifigures, and then what I'm going to do to try and blend Rivendell into the jungle a little bit more is build some more of those little trees that you can see in the jungle with these pieces here, and then I'll put the trees around Rivendell. Everyone, and there you go, Rivendell is all placed. It's got the trees surrounding it. I didn't have quite enough trees to surround all of it, but I did manage to put a few there, and I think it blends it in pretty well. And not just Rivendell that is looking awesome, but the whole of the jungle is looking pretty awesome, and I can't wait to continue to work on it. But that is going to be for another video. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you later.